How'd the defensive scheme change when they switched quarterbacks?
I mean, with the first quarterback, we know he scrambles a lot. So, we got to stay in our gaps and just make him go east and west. But when 11 came in, it was basically rush, go up the field and do your best move. And it was basically easy scheme from there.
Jalen, can you walk us through the 95-yard touchdown? What you see? How are you feeling? Or is it just go as fast as you can?
I promise my legs was tingling before the play started. But before we once we huddled up and talked about the play, I had Elijah Chapman and with a real important block that man was talking about all week in practice. So once we got on the 5-yard line, we was like, brother, just execute. And I seen the little crease and I just ran. So I just when I got to the second level, I was just like, don't fall. So then I just kept running. So I just give all the props to my O-line for opening up the hole like that for me. And that was my first real big, long 95-yard run ever.
Were you tired afterwards?
No, I was about to come back. I thought the flag came, so I was about to come back and do it again.
I was just about to ask you, how were you nervous when you saw that flag come out, and then afterwards, how was that feeling?
I was like, but I wasn't that tired. Like, I really wasn't that tired because I was getting ready to come back to try to do it again because of I really wanted that play. Like all week in practice, I always talk I really want 100 yards, but this was 95, so I'm gonna just let it be. I'm gonna accept that one.
Jalen, before tonight, what was your longest ever run in your career going back to high school?
Going back to high school, probably I know for sure I ran for 80 yards, but 95 back in the end zone, feet in the end zone, I never did that before. So that was the first time. I did have a lot of big runs, a lot of explosive runs for a good amount of yards, but 95, it never happened like that before. And it happened so smooth, barely touched. So I just give all the props to my O-line.
I don't think you look back once. Are you cognizant of that? Of not looking back to see if anybody's close to you, or?
I was using my peripheral vision because I knew whoever was behind me wasn't gonna catch me. But I'm seeing the dude on the side, the corner and the safety, coming. But I'm looking at him. I'm really seeing him. I'm looking at him through my peripheral vision. But I just told myself, don't look back, but just go. So that was just after I got to the safety, I kind of knew I was gonna go all the way with it, not being copied.
Nelson, as a defensive player, you always like it when the offense can do these long drives and chew up some time and give you a rest. But what was it like for you and the rest of the defense watching him go 95?
I mean, from the start of the play, the O-line and everybody just got compact. I didn't know how he got through there. He made it happen some way, somehow. And once he got through there, once he touches the sideline, I know he's gone. But once we seen that, it was exciting, honestly. It was that long run. People usually gas out, but he just kept going. The way his head was bobbling, it was like, oh, he's gonna take it all the way.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. And then when E-Chat came to the sideline, like he said, they were working on that play all practice, and he was like, "Yep, that one block did it all."
One block.
This is for both of y'all. Y'all sort of controlled the game on both sides of the ball, but never really put them out of it until the very end. Would you guys view that kind of like a business-like performance, both sides?
I would say, yeah, just scheming it up like that after when you come back second half, it's really the momentum and trying to. Every team always has a gap or a lag, and we got to motivate all our players.
Was it a big lead?
You said what?
Because of the big lead, you mean?
Yes. So people like to dial down, but you just really need to focus down and take everything step to step, close the gaps down, and they'll get shut down.
For either one of you, what was Coach Lashley's message to you all week? Coming off a grueling non-conference schedule, going to the conference opener. What did he emphasize to you all week going into this game?
Coach Lashley emphasized that this team was finna come to play. It wasn't no thinking that we just finna walk in and just catch an easy win. So we had to really prepare. We had to really dial in. We had to really watch film, really study, and make sure that we're on top of our details so that we could come out here and execute every play. So Coach was really on us all week, making sure that we tuning into our details and staying focused so that we don't get distracted or thinking that it's going to be an easy win. Because conference play it's not going to be easy. So every team will come to play because they're trying to get that ring too.
And he kind of mentioned that their coach said they were, I'm not sure, broken toys or something like that, but that just makes the team dangerous. You know, they're willing to do any scheme, any plan to just try to get points on the board. And he basically emphasized it's 1-0. It doesn't matter what the record is, just take everything a step at a time and keep your head down and win the game.
Coach just talked with us about the game flow being kind of strange. Could you guys feel that while you were out on the field? Is that something you were cognizant of at all?
I honestly just felt it was a little slow. Other than that, it was normal.
It kind of felt like the longest fourth quarter I ever played in. But other than that, the flow of the game was good. I mean, it felt like they had the ball for a long time. But other than that, the flow of the game was good.
You know, defense is usually out there a good amount of the time because I can tell when I'm tired. But offense, they really held their end, and I was on the bench for a good minute. I got cold, so they did a great job, and they scored at the end.
Other than rest, how are you guys going to use your week off? And is that week off maybe a little earlier than you would like in the schedule?
I think we need it. But I mean, we're just gonna tune in, get our body right, make sure that for the following week we fresh and have our whole team ready to go. So it's just we're gonna dial in. We still probably gonna tune in our details, watch film, making sure that we're not falling behind on the bye week because it's easy to get off track. It's easy to get off track. It's easy to get out of shape. It's easy for all that stuff. So we got to make sure that we stand on top of our like nutrition, on our bodies, on the weights, on watching film, watching plays, watching our opponents. We got to stay on top of that. So really, we're going to try to treat this bye week like a regular week.
Yeah, every player kind of needs to take care of their internal, external, personal deals, such as possibly running on their own or just staying fit, not losing any scheme that we got to do next week. And honestly, for recovery, I'm just ready for the massage coming tomorrow.
I get the sense that you guys do not feel like you're anywhere near where the team can be on both sides.
Oh, you definitely right with that. We still got things that we could get better on. Like we still could get better as a unit on the offensive side and the defensive side, and on the special teams unit, we still can get better. We still got to come in, like that's what I'm saying. The bye week, we still got to get right because we not complete yet. We still got little errors that we have to work on, but it still can be fixed. We got 7 more games for conference play, so we can fix it. We just gotta, on our bye week, take advantage of that. On a free week, we gotta take advantage of little things like that so that we can be complete.
I mean, as every week goes on, we kind of get better and better. But I would say the defense really just needs to focus on just their job. If they kind of try to do both, there's a gap that opens up. So even the back end, just ignore the eye candy and just stay on your man, do your job, and we'll be solid.
For Nelson, what kind of presence has Jonathan McGill been for the defense? He really athletic player, seems to be all over the field. What has he added for you guys on the field and also on the sideline?
I mean, he's various of aspects. He's kind of our hype guy too. He comes down and makes big plays. He's elusive. He's really all around the field. I honestly don't know how he doesn't get tired, but I mean, he's a man to look up to.
Either one of you guys, what are your thoughts on the rest of the conference slate? You know, Coach mentioned you had a tough road trip coming up off the bye week.
We got East Carolina. Conference play, we just gonna have to show up every week. It's not like you can't take anybody thinking, oh, this team easy. No team is gonna be easy. Everybody's gonna come to play. So it's just like we just gotta make sure that we doing our job so that we can come out successful. But how we feel about the conference play is we just gotta dominate every week, fix the errors, and get right.
Yeah, all you gotta really see is that you're the top dog. You know, just take every week one step at a time. Every week you're 1-0, so just find an ambition to keep going, and you'll ignore each team that comes with any schemes. All you got to do is pay respect, and you'll win on top.